Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. What I'm going to do is share with you how to read a stock chart. We're going to go basics and then we're going to take a look on screen. So I'll simplify it, make it easy, and that way you don't have to be overwhelmed at how to figure out what the chart is doing. So stay tuned. We're going to take a look. All right, so you might have seen a ton of different stock charts already, but a little bit confused on how to really read them. So let's say here we have a chart, and this could be MCD, which basically is a ticker symbol. This means McDonald's. Okay, so every stock has a ticker symbol. Nike is NKE. Procter & Gamble is P&G. So you'll be familiar with different ticker symbols as you do trades and evaluate and look at stocks. Now, just like in grade school, charts are no different when it comes to the stock market with a few exceptions. So here's our basic chart. And the way that it works is here's your vertical axis, here's the horizontal axis. So when you look at this, okay, here's kind of your zero line. This is your time line. Okay, so in here you have years. It could be, 2016, 2017, 2018. It really just depends. Sometimes these could be months. Just depends how zoomed in you are. Because some people, what they do is, you take a look at the chart and they zoom into a specific area. But ultimately, this time can be stretched. So you can look at a zoomed in version or a big view, which is like by years. You could do kind of by months. You could do something like January, February, March, April, and so on, depending on the time frame you're at. And then the left side is really the price. Okay, so when you look at this, the vertical side, well, this is the stock price. So this could be $25 a share, 35, 45, 55, 65, and so on. Again, this could be stretched depending on how explosive the stock is. Now, a lot of times what you'll actually see is you'll see these stock prices on the opposite side. You'll see it here on the right side. Okay, so you'll see it kind of backwards. And the reason for that is because what happens is stocks, the way they move, is they move to the right with time as time moves forward. This chart is like never ending. So let's say a stock opens up at $25 a share in January 2016, continues to kind of move, wiggle, go down, go up, so here you have like this stock chart that continues to move. And it's a lot easier to see the price if the prices are over here. So really the prices are on this side a lot of times. And if you want to figure out, hey, what was the price March in, at this time, you just go ahead and go straight up. Where's the price and what, where is it? Where's the stock? Where's the price? So it's $65 a share, or in this case over here, $65 a share. And that's what it is. So currently, right now, if it's over here, it might be 62. And that's the simple way to really look at a stock chart. Now, I want to go ahead and show you kind of on screen what this really looks like. So if you go ahead and check this out, it's a little more advanced trading panel and platform, but overall, most of these trading platforms are very similar and the same. And if you go ahead and check out our website at tradersfly.com and check out the resources, you could get some discounts to some of these technical analysis and trading tools and some specific charts there as well. So we're adding some of those things in. Like TC2000 by Warden. This is the one that I'm using right now. There's also TD Ameritrade. So if you look at charts, here's a chart and you can look at the S&P. This is a 5-minute chart. Here's a 30-minute chart. And you can continue to go ahead and switch these different time frames. It's taking a minute to here load. But ultimately what you're doing here is it's in the same way. So if you look at this bottom axis here, you can see January, February, March. This is 2019. If I go to the left over here, that's 2018, and it continues to move forward. Now here, notice the prices are on this right side. So that way it's quickly and easily you could spot, hey, where's the current price? And it's right there. It's right next to the price because that ticker continues to move kind of to the right. I could pull up, here is Nike, and I can now switch these views. Now you may think, hey, these look completely different as I'm hopping around, but all I'm doing is switching between a monthly time frame, which is these bars. Each bar represents a month. So you could see now this is 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, all the way up to 2019. So you can see how that stock did over the long haul. I could switch it to a weekly. So now each bar represents a week. And now you only see 2017, 2018, 2019, and we're getting into 2020. So really, it's a zoomed in view. So you could see, hey, here's the monthly. So let's take a look. Here's kind of this down pullback on those monthly bars. Let's look at the weekly. Well, here's each bar represents a week, but here's that same pullback, right? It's just more bars. So here again, back to the monthly, there's that pullback. Back to the weekly, there's your pullback. Now what I could do is go to where every bar is a 3-day, 2-day, or even a daily. So every bar is now going to be a day here. So now you can see here's our downward slope. Recently, over the last few days, we've had this downward slope. And you can see in this view, we have August, September, October. So it's only a couple months. It's just you're looking at a really recent time frame here. And I can actually zoom in even further. So here's a 2-hour. So you could see here's that downward slope that we've still kind of had, but every bar now is a 2-hour. I could go even to an hourly. So every bar is an hour, 30 minutes, and 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So you could see it's still there, but there's just much more data. So you could see you could really zoom into ticks every second, but there's just too much data. You can't really make trading decisions every second. So that's why, a lot of people, they start out with a daily chart. So that's like every bar is a day, 2-day, a week. You could do it monthly if you're a longer term investor. And now it's just much more cleaner of a chart. Now, you might be a little more confused here when you're looking at these bars, because instead of this line graph that I showed you, you're actually seeing something like these bars. And that's a little bit more advanced. And all this does is it has more data in for the chart. So all it is saying, hey, this was the high, this is kind of the low, and what's going on is, depending on what color this is, the close could be either here or up at this area. Some people, what they do is they like looking at little open, high and low and close bars, kind of like this, because then you could say, hey, the stock opened at this, wiggled around, and closed right here. Okay, or again, something like this, it opened, wiggled around, so it wiggled, went up, and then we went ahead, we went down, and it closed right there. So all that data is packed into a single kind of line, and that's what it really gives you. So if we go back to our view, this is a bar view, but what I could do is, let me see if I have it here. This is my, let's go to the daily, and I just do the bars. So you can see here, the bars, they're a little bit easier sometimes to see for beginners, even though they're a little bit tougher to see visually with your eyes. But what you can see here is, let's take this bar, for example, right here. All it says is, hey, the stock opened at this price, wiggled around throughout the day, and closed right there. Okay. Same thing with this one. It opened here, wiggled around, and closed right here. And you might be wondering, well, why are these green if the stock price closed lower? Well, it just depends how you have the chart highlighted, whether it's based on the previous day or based on the day movement. So you can change that in the settings. Here, this one you can see opened here, wiggled around, closed, and in this one is red, so it closed over here. And I think it's a little easier for beginners to see, and this is what I usually use myself. But as far as teaching goes, just because it's a little more readable, I will typically use more like a candlestick kind of thing, just because it's a little bit easier to spot. So anyways, what you could do is also add in other indicators in here. Here's kind of like technical analysis indicators, Bollinger Bands, ADX, RSI. So those are the things on the bottom. And really, it just comes down to your personal preference, what you're using, how you're trading. Sometimes you could split views, like here's a 3-view chart time frame, but really it just comes down to personal preference, what you like, and what makes sense for you. So anyways, I hope you found it helpful and insightful to taking a look at these charts. Don't forget to check out our website here. There's a lot of great getting started things if you're brand new to trading stocks online. So check out this website at tradersfly.com. There's also a lot of great courses and books that we have available. Just help support us. and allows us to keep making these kinds of videos. So check those things out at the website, and also we have some other great memberships available as well if you're interested in swing charting, technical analysis, or even if you're getting into some option trading as well. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Remember to hit the subscribe button right here to be subscribed to our YouTube channel, or join us on our newsletter list by clicking the link over here. Thanks for joining me, and remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.